right, good morning. How are you all doing? Welcome to the New York session. Let's start with the dollar index as usual. So let's look from the weekly perspective. Last week we did close above previous week high, but towards the end of the day I spoke about this candle. If we were to close below this candle's low, we'll be looking for lower prices. It didn't close below, but on the H4 we did close below, and I think I've not talked about this before, but when we have such scenario, most of the time price is likely going to go down, right? So this not closing on the daily but closing the H4, especially during the time of the day, a kill zone, that is a sign price is gonna go down. Take note of it, because sometimes you get this kind of price action, and you can use it for determining what price is gonna do. So basically, what I mean is, if you have a candle like this and you're expecting the day to close below it, then we have it's not closing and becoming something like this. Watch the lower time frame during the session. Did we close below? If we did, then the next candle is going to be an aggressive one to close below this. Okay, it's a powerful pattern, and that will also leave okay, if we have this, that will leave over here a fair value gap, a breaker, something that it will come back to continue going down. Okay, so with what is happening now, today is going to be aggressive, and this week from here to here, inside that they're going to leave something for a pullback. So we do have this for a start, and then we also have right here. So this will be two levels that price can pull back to and then continue going lower. Okay, so our next downside objective is gonna be this candle's low, which is 97.66. That's the next downside objective. In terms of fair value gaps, this is the next one. Let me see. We don't really have much because they've rebalanced everything down here. So this candle's high 97.46. So these two levels are the main downside objectives for now. Okay, these two are the main downside objectives for now. So if you see any pullback, price is gonna continue going lower. And in terms of news event, we do have rate announcement on euro on Thursday at 1:15. That's the only I think high impact news for this week. The rest are just normal. Okay, the rest are normal. So euro, you're looking for a continuation to the upside. Maybe this New York session can give us a trade idea. I look forward to this candle closing bullish above that. Okay, and then we can look for continuation to the upside. So the upside objective is this candle's high, previous week high, which comes in at 1.17218. 1.17218 is a next upside objective. So be looking for a buy in New York session, preferably tomorrow, because I want today to close above yesterday's high. Okay, I want today to close above yesterday's high, and that will give a strong boost for potential up candle tomorrow. Okay, so patient for euro for the buy tomorrow landing session. If we can close above this high, 1.16721, if we can close above it, then yeah, we are likely gonna go up. So that will give a nice landing session buy. British pound, same thing. If we can close above this, that will give a nice landing session buy. As a matter of fact, if this current H4 can close above it, this would be a nice, so far, a market maker buy model, with this being original consolidation, and then we are moving away from that consolidation. So there's going to be a stage of accumulation, maybe a possible stop run before we go up. This is where we are gonna go. This candle's low above this high. Ultimately, that's where we're gonna go. And you can measure the range. 50% will be the first target. So the 50%, 1.35769. 1.35769 is the first upside objective, and then we can look for a continuation to the upside. Okay, so that is that for the British pound. Pound, euro pound. I think last week Friday I talked about this gap that I wanted them to go there before going down. I think during our live session I said I don't think this is gonna go down. They'll come here and then go down. They eventually went there, and I had a sell limit there. So I'm short, and I'm looking for a continuation to the downside. Okay. Maybe during this New York session, this candle will stay like that, and then we will look for continuation. Probably this candle should reject and become a down candle. That would be the best. So within the next 42 minutes, if that candle can become a down candle, that would be great. And then we look for 0.86375 as the downside objective. Okay. Dollar yen. So dollar yen, same thing. We are looking for price to reject over here and continue going down, and we are seeing that nicely. We are going to be attacking that previous week low, so look for continuation to the downside. I like the fact that we've created this red candle, so we are now looking for lower prices, and it's a nice impulse leg over here. So this low to this high, hence price is likely gonna come to minimum 50%. Comes in at 145.93. That's a nice area. Actually, let me do it properly. 145.94. That'll be a nice area for price to reach for. In terms of fair value gaps, we don't have much for the sessions apart from right over here. Right there, 145.67. that will be a decent level for price to give a bounce. Maybe below the previous week low, this Asian session gap, but I don't really key on them for anything. But just be aware, once we get here, maybe a small pullback and then we continue going down. This is the one that maybe I'll expect a decent pullback from. 145.67. Gold, same thing. I think gold, I spoke about that. If we close as we were last week, price was gonna go up. I like that because it's now giving a big impulsive move away. So what I'll be waiting for is, do we stay above this high or do we reject? Okay, do we stay above it or do we reject? If we stay above it, great. Tomorrow I'll look for a buy, probably to continue going up here, this imbalance, which comes in at 3,410 to 3,403, that area. Oops. That area is where I'll expect price to reach for. So if we close bullish like this, then I'll expect price to reach for this area here. Okay, so again, today is Monday. Patient, don't be in a rush to get into a trade. Crude oil, I'm looking for, I think on Friday price failed to go up. It actually rejected, and I got a sell on during the New York session, because after this rejection happened on the lower time frame, it started a market maker sell model. So you can see we had this consolidation, pushed away, accumulated, pushed away, accumulated, and it went up. And then we, during the New York session, we dropped aggressively on the 15 minutes. That left a nice order block and a fair value gap. So I shorted right here to come and attack this low, and I left something on for that one as well, because like I said, this low and that low is equal, and they left it on purpose. I wanted a little bit higher for them to go down, but like I said, always follow price. Okay, don't have your idea and stick with your idea. Follow what price is saying and you'll never be wrong. So when price showed me the direction that it wants to go down, and I shorted. That is where we're going. So it comes in at 65.40. Now they can go way beyond that, because on the big time frame, on a big time frame, we will be coming for this low here. 64.01. But I want an aggressive candle today, or to take out this low. I want an aggressive candle, a big down candle. Okay, if we get that, that will be a draw. I don't want to see this small mini Mickey Mouse candle take out the low and then come back up. Okay, you don't want to see price go all the way down, take out this low, and then come back up again. You don't want that. You want the candle to be aggressive, big drop, like this one here. Not as huge as that, but you get what I mean. Big down candle and close below it. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Okay, yes. Let's see. Right here, I think last week Friday I spoke about paying attention to this particular gap, that if they traded to it, price was gonna go back up, even though they did it outside time, because I wanted it to come during the New York and then go up. I placed the buy limit there, but I closed it. I ended up closing it because of time of the day. So when we came there, it just kept going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then I closed it. It wasn't worth it. I thought it would have gone all the way back up the same day before the market closed, but it kept doing up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So I ended up closing it, and you can see. So the 6357 that will be taken today. But do we stay above it or do we continue? That is for New York session to decide. So watch that previous week high. Do we take it and stay above it? Okay, do we take it and stay above it, or do we take it and reject? How we trade above it will tell us more information. So during the 2 p.m. New York session, watch it and see, do we go up and then we get an aggressive rejection? If we do, sell it to come back down again. Okay, if not, if we aggressively close above it, then they show intention, they want to continue going up. Now just be extremely careful, because we've been going up for some time. Even though all this move down was manipulation, the projection points that we will continue a little bit higher. 6535. Okay, 6535, it's possible. So watch how we close above this. If we go up and we stay, this will become an auto block, a down candle with immediate close, and then we would have our fair value gap created, and that will confirm that we are going higher. We have an auto block and a fair value gap behind us, so the 6535 will be the upside objective for continuation, and this whole up and down will be an accumulation area, especially on the weekly time frame. We have one down candle. Okay, so that is that for the ES. Now let's go to the cryptocurrencies. starting with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, that down candle is still our reference point. Until we close above it, this gap is still likely gonna be traded too before we go up. So keep an eye on that. All right. Okay, so keep an eye keep an eye on that. I don't think it's ready to go up yet. It might be consolidating like I just showed you on ES. They might be accumulating to expand one more time, but for that to happen, we need a close above a down candle. Okay, this one here. If we close above it, then we can look for longs. If it closes above that one, let me check the weekly before yes. So based on the weekly, we now have this as a gap, and this looks like a weekly accumulation candle. So 115,702, this candle's low. I'll use the word must be taken for a better continuation. Or if you do buy anything whilst we've not taken this, maybe some news event can come in, come and take out that low, then expand up again. So pay attention to last week's low. Let price take that one out first before you look for the longs based on the weekly. If not, the fact that last week took our previous week high, for bullishness to consume, we need the weekly to close above this. And as long as that week high is not closed above, even if you come very close to it like this, it can reject, come back all the way down to dip into this before expanding higher. So preferably let price take out the previous week low, which comes in at 115,702. Ethereum, I think I've already given the drawn liquidity, 4105, and it looks like they've managed to close above the up candle, so that's a good thing. That will act as resistance or support. Yeah, it will act as support, and this gap here that they currently leaving can hold to send price for that equal high. So 4105, that's your upside objective for Ethereum. On the H4, buy any down candle that we close above. So looking at this, they've closed above that. So a buy is not bad. Okay. Solana, I think last week I gave this trade idea to buy and go for 187.73, and we've wiped that one clean. Next upside objective from the weekly perspective will be this fair value gap. So that fair value gap is where we'll be heading for. The low of it comes in at 220.33. Okay, lots of room to the upside, and I think this is the type of candle that I was talking about on on crude oil inverse. So crude oil, we want a big candle. Let's go back to crude oil. We got a big candle to close below the previous week low. Okay, that closure above that confirmation, we're gonna continue because it doesn't go up and reject. Even if you see a candle coming down, that will be a pullback. It will be a down candle to reaccumulate and go up again. Now there's nothing in here, so look up there as your next upside objective. 220.33. XRP, we've breached that high, and 3.8912. That's your next upside objective. Okay. Hype, we are doing nothing with it. Let me check the weekly. Okay, so I think we don't need price to come here anymore. We've created a new one, so now we can look for buys on hype if we take out the previous week low. So watch this low here. If we come and we take it out, look for a rejection and an expansion to continue going up. The draw is still 51.22. AI 16, we had a pullback into the fair value gap, which I didn't want them to, but it's fine. And we've seen a rejection so far. Now I want them to aggressively go above this high. Okay, we want an aggressive candle to go above this high, starting with a close above this imbalance, which today's candle is likely going to do that. If you can close above it, then that would be a good thing for expansion to the upside. Okay, I prefer to see one huge candle like this one. It's been a while since they gave us something like that, so I want to see one big candle trade through that high, and then that will be it for us. Like I said, this is a market maker buy model that I'm seeing, so this is just an area of accumulation. This equal high, this imbalance is where we are going. But for the true reversal to take place, 0.45, that's our the biggest resistance. Okay, so if we can come back up to it, we want to see price drive through it. And then finally Chachki, same thing, the gap is gonna hold. We're going to expand for these two upside objectives. Okay, so I think yeah, it's obvious, it's just accumulating in here, and this, when it starts going up 30% a day, 40% a day is probable. So whilst you're in here, yeah, once you go through this up candle, that is it. We might see similar type of candle forming here to go for this equal high. That is exactly where it's going. Okay, that's exactly where it's going, so look forward for that. So that's pretty much it. Let's go back. British pound, I've already given you the draw liquidity, but today being Monday, wait for, if you want to trade, wait for at least the current H4 candle, this one, let it close above this. Okay, let it close above that. If it does, if it comes back down again, that will be a pullback. You can buy. So watch here. This will be your two areas where you can watch for price return for continuation. These two levels. And I so far prefer British pound to euro. Okay, Why do I prefer British pound to euro? Because of euro pound. I think euro pound is gonna drop to this and that. So euro pound dropping, that's bullishness for the pound. Okay, and then I also have GBP AUD for potential long to go and attack previous week high. So look for a buy on this one as well to go and attack previous week high if you're interested. Pound Aussie, because last week took out previous week low, rejected, so you're going for the previous week high. On the daily, we took out Friday's low, so we don't need to come down anymore, hence we want price to go up. We started going up during the London session, which created a nice gaps here, right? So New York session, you want to see price expand up, so that's also another possible trade idea that I was looking at over the weekend. All right, okay, so that is all I have for you for today. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you same time tomorrow. This week is gonna be fun simply because we don't have much high impact news. So unless Mr. Trump comes in and tweets something that is unexpected, that is when maybe we can take a hit. But apart from that, if he doesn't say anything, then we are good to go. So just follow I'm not saying follow my instructions, but if you do, you do well. Okay, all right, have a wonderful day, enjoy yourself, and I'll see you same time tomorrow. Peace.